Ani Buju Nijinishina Dug. Welcome back to another episode of Ojibwe Language Table with Wes Jourdain. Lesson number 138, pretending. So we have some words that we can use to say that someone is pretending to do something. And this is going to be part one of a series where we'll run around the gambit to talk about different ways. Maybe we'll do a third person, she or he. We'll do a I am pretending to be, you are pretending to be, and then we'll do a negative. We'll do a negative to each one of these. So probably about a six-part series with Ojibwe language table pretending. Part one, third person, using the word ikazo. Ikazo means that she or he is pretending to be a being or pretending to do something. So as always, we have our self-introduction. Bujuga Kinawia, West Jordan, Indigenicas, Gidiga Benesi, Indigo, Migizin Indude, Misquagamiwi, Zaga, Iganing Nidun Jabaka, Asunitsakag Neda. And let's get started. Ikazo, part one, third person, she or he pretends to. So I'm going to give you a list of about eight words here that you can have a conversation with somebody, talking about somebody having being trying to be somebody else or trying to do something, pretending to. So that's our main word today, pretend. And that's all built into the word ikazo. It's a final. So we're going to use that. So our first one, as we can see here, we have anoki kazo. Anoki kazo. She or he pretends to work. And I hope that's not a lot of you. Sometimes you have to. But in this case, we're using examples. Some of us are guilty of it. Notice I said some of us. And we just don't want to admit it. Anoki Kazo, she or he pretends to work. All right. And so the next one I wanted to put on here because we sometimes we get these two words mixed up. So Anoki means she or he works. The next one, number two, says Akozikazo. Akozikazo. She or he pretends to be sick. Akozikazo. So the word anoki means to work. Akoze means that she or he is sick. And then we just had kazo to the back of that. Up here it says ikazo, but there's already an I in akoze and anoki. So we're just going to add kazo. I should have made that different up there, but don't worry about it. It all means the same thing. Here's one. Could go either way now. Bakade kazo. Bakade kazo. She or he pretends to be hungry, period. But bakade can also mean skinny. All right. In the more like Red Lake, Panema area, they're going to use bakade as meaning skinny. All right. So, right here we have bakade kazo. She or he pretends to be hungry. Could be one way if you're from whatever community you're from. But the other one, because I'm from Red Lake and around the Panema area, I'm going to use it as Buckade Kazo. She or he is pretending to be skinny. But I suppose you can say, for hungry, you can say, is it Noondeskede? Noondeskede. That's it right there. Noondeskede means she or he is hungry. And that could be used either way too. Um, I meant to be at least say that you're hungry. Noondeskede. Noondeskede kazo. She or he is hungry. Pretending to be hungry. All right. So whatever preference you want to use there. Hopefully you don't get too scolded from a community member. It happens. But I'm just sharing both versions so that whatever they say in your community, you're able to decipher and use either one. So next one we have is Mawikazo. Mawikazo. She or he pretends to cry. Mawikazo. And our verb here is mawe, which means she or he is crying. And then we're going to add kazo to make it pretends to cry. Mawikazo. Here's a cool one. I never knew you could do this, but I guess you can. Mindemuye kazo. Mindemuye kazo. She or he pretends to be an old lady. Mindemuye kazo. Now it gets a little bit tricky in here. Because it's more of a nasal sound. It's more of a nasal saying right in this part where it says NYI. Don't get it too confusing. We don't even need that Y in there. We can just say Mindemuye kazo. Mindemuye kazo. I shouldn't express that too much. If it rolls off the tongue the way it should, then that's what it is. Mindemuye kazo. She or he pretends to be an old lady. And we couldn't have an old lady without an old man. Akiwenzi kazo. Akiwenzi kazo. She or he, well, I don't know why I put she or he, but a lady can act or pretend like an old man. So maybe that's why I left she or he on her. That's why I left she or he on her. Akiwenzi kazo. She or he is pretending to be an old man. Now, we're not making fun of anybody, but we're just pretending. Maybe you're acting out a story. Could be a Buju story. Could be one of our legends. And maybe it's a legend of the old man or the old lady that, I don't know. There's so many legends. Oh, Buju got the fire. There's an old lady in there. Maybe you're acting that out. You're pretending to be the old lady in one of those stories. So you can be a guy telling the story about a woman and acting it out. Mindemuye kazo. He is pretending to be an old lady, and for acting purposes, or just in fun, for in general for fun. All right. So don't get too caught up on that one. Next one, nibe kazo. Nibe kazo. She or he pretends to sleep. Nibe kazo. All right. So we have our word nibe, which is I suppose a word that can be used just like neba. It's kind of like a sister word to neba, but I believe that's just what it is. Nebe is a stem of the word neba, which means she or he sleeps. And sometimes when you're a kid, sometimes when you're an adult, you pretend to sleep. You know, it's bedtime. Ooh, it's time to go to bed. And you cover up, and your parents come check on you, and you pretend to sleep. Nebe kazo. She or he pretends to sleep. Here's one that I I have seen it a lot of times in my life. I don't think I've maybe a few times here and there, but this one says Ogemakazo. Ogemakazo. She or he pretends to be the boss. All right. Ogemakazo. She or he pretends to be the boss. And I'll just leave it at that. And the last one I wanted to share with you today, Mikawa Dizikazo. Mikawa Dizikazo. She or he pretends to act smart. Mikawa Dizikazo. She or he pretends to act smart. Now, the word Mikawa Dizi could also mean beautiful. And so you can put it in that context. Maybe somebody's really dolling up and trying to act beautiful. You could use it in that sense, I believe. And so our example today is Mikawa Dizikazo. She or he pretends to act smart. You could use it as beautiful. She's trying to act beautiful. She's pretending to be beautiful. Also for I think you can use handsome. he is pretending to be handsome. You can use it that way. Um, Mikawadizi Kazo can also mean um she or he's pretending to know what she's doing. She or he is pretending to know what she or he is doing, pretending to know what you're doing. And so that could be used many, many, many different ways. And my example here is pretending to act smart. Mikawadizi Kazo. So let's run through these again. There's 8 of them, and they're in third person form, talking about she or he. And we have Anoki Kazo, Akosi Kazo, Bakade Kazo, Mawe Kazo, Mindemuya Kazo, Akiwenzi Kazo, 2 A's, Nibe Kazo, Ugema Kazo, and our last one, Mikawadizi Kazo. All examples of verbs pretending to be something, to pretending to do something, just pretending in overall general sense. So, Miigwech, Bezendawiyeg, Minawa, Miigwech, Kikanawa Bandameg. Thank yous for listening, and thank you all for watching. Gigawab Minine Minawa. I will see yous again. Gigawab Minine Minawa, Ayangwa Miziyok, Kakina Nijinishinabeg. Misa il.